museum's future and ensuring it fulfills its mission to engage curious minds to fuel the future. A special thank you to trustee Susie Myers. She helps guide the long-term vision and strategic direction of the museum. Thank you, Susie Myers, for sharing your leadership skills with the Discovery Center at Murphy Spring.
At Toots, we strongly believe that it's important for every one of our citizens to give some of their time and talent back into the community. And we want to honor these individuals with a Toots gift certificate good at any of our Rutherford County locations. 860 Northwest Broad Street, on Church Street in the Barfield area, in Smyrna on Sam Ridley, and Toots West on Franklin Road at Rucker Lane.
Don't miss the Rick Burgess Show, weekdays 11 to 2 here on News Radio, WGNS.
The Rick Burgess Show, weekdays 11 to 2 on News Radio, WGNS.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
Good morning. This is Bill Krause on a beautiful Thursday morning with the WGNS Radio Roundtable. And we are having a most enjoyable visit upcoming that I think you all will enjoy. I always consider a one of our major highlights on our weekly broadcast to have Sarah Callender, who is the executive director of Downtown Murfreesboro, to bring some of the people that make our downtown so vibrant, so encouraging, and so attractive. And Sarah has brought along a guest this morning. First, let me introduce Sarah Callender, who is with us about every 2 to 3 months with the highlights. And toward the end of the program, we'll be asking her to say and share some of the upcoming events. So many things going on in downtown Murfreesboro. So, Sarah, welcome aboard.
Good morning.
It's always a pleasure, and you look bright and sunshine this morning. And we have 3 guests, and let me invite the 3 guests officially to the roundtable. We have Brittany Warden, and she operates Lil Brit Vintage on the square. Welcome, Brittany.
Hello, thanks for having me.
And it's nice to bring a sunshine to vintage.
Yes.
And I want to hear all about the vintage of beautiful Murfreesboro as it reflects in your store. And we also have 2 gentlemen from Borough Office Solutions, and most hopefully you have some solutions for us.
Of course.
Josh Levitt
Yes.
and Ray Hardy.
Yes, sir.
Welcome aboard, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
So, Sarah, do you want to begin with kind of an overview? And you may actually, before we have our guests, share some of the highlights, including tomorrow evening.
Oh, that's right. Well, tomorrow we have our 3rd Friday Night Live concert. So Rubik's Groove, they are an 80s tribute band, pretty popular around town. They played a lot of local venues. So get here early to get your spot. We shut the square down around 5:30, but the band starts at 6:30. Bring your own chair and sit out in the street, and they play until 9:30 p.m. So it's a lot of fun.
And you have to buy your dinner to take with you and put on your lap.
Well, yes, all the restaurants are ready to serve you, and we have a couple food trucks just to help with, so many people being downtown. But it's really family friendly. Kids are playing football and soccer in the streets, and it's just a fun. There'll be a lot of dancing tomorrow, I guess, with my age group of people.
Wow. The restaurants, just as an idea, should have a special.
A lot of them do.
Oh, do they? For the evening? They
do. They have a lot of quick grab-and-go type meals. So I know Puckett's and Bart's has that. Jack Brown's, you just get in line.
Well, with music, you need Harmony Grits.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Harmony.
Harmony.
Gotta watch those puns. They can be pretty bad. Absolutely.
That's okay.
And in the near future, although we're going to have you back in November with, believe it or not, with the weather going to be warm today, it's hard to believe we're talking Christmas.
Already.
But you'll be back in November with more guests and to talk about the winter highlights as well.
Yes. But before winter, oh my goodness, we have so many things, which I guess we'll talk about at the end. But
absolutely.
Goodness, scarecrows and pumpkins and trick-or-treating, all kinds of stuff. So.
Absolutely. Brittany, where are you from originally? Give us the backdrop of Brittany and then a little bit about your wonderful retail outlet.
Sounds good. I'm Brittany Warden. I'm originally from New York, the Hudson Valley. Moved here about 5 years ago. I've lived in Murfreesboro, Smyrna, but we just got our first brick and mortar right here on the square about 6 months ago. So we specialize mostly in like vintage clothing, but we also have like memorabilia. We have physical media, toys, accessories, really anything that like brings that nostalgia of like your childhood or like what you and your dad did. I love sparking memories. That's like the best part about it. So yeah, it's been.
If really somebody were I just thought of this. If somebody were planning a very special birthday for somebody turning 70 or turning 80, could they come to the store and you help them find a toy or something reflective of that time they were little?
Oh, 100%. 100%. We have all of the eras, everything, anything that really brings back, that nostalgia. Lots of toys.
And your address, you're located at?
Yeah, we're 105 North Maple. We're Unit A. We're right next to like Red Nimbus Tattoo Shop as well. So
now, do you encourage people to bring in items, or do you put items on sale that somebody's cleaning an attic, cleaning a storage room?
Yeah, so mostly me and my husband source all of the products that are inside. We've definitely come to be good friends with a lot of the people that do vintage in like Nashville or Chattanooga and things, so we'll mostly buy from them. We're thinking about buying from the public mostly like within the year, but for right now we just source everything ourselves.
Wow. I have when my brother passed away last year and we had to go through his house and he saved everything. And I have stuck in my trunk a junior high school annual from 1951. Now, do I mail that to the school? That's what I'm planning to do. Mail it to the school where it's from. It has no meaning to me. The names and signatures have no meaning. But it is quote, a 70-year at least publication, and the school might enjoy it. So
yeah, you should definitely reach out to
We have
them.
treasures in homes. People don't realize such treasures. What would be the number one attraction that somebody would say, I'm going to go to Brits here as a result of this broadcast?
Yeah, I would say it's the clothing for sure. I have dresses from the 1930s. I have, stuff from the early 2000s that the teenagers really love right now too. So I would really say it's the clothing for sure.
What a neat idea. Invite teenagers to bring their grandmother with them to the store. And let the grandmother do, I remember this.
Yes, that's my favorite part. We have a little TV in there that plays DVDs and VHS tapes, and it's really fun to see the parents tell their children, this is how I watch TV, or this is the block that I used to put in, be kind, rewind. So it's pretty funny.
Well, I had recently read a strategy in dealing with Alzheimer's or loss of memory. And, of course, part of the strategy is you show pictures to the person of their childhood, their teenagehood, their young adulthood. But I have found, and even as years and years and years ago as an old rock and roll DJ, I will suggest to a person, look up the top 10 records of the year of their high school graduation, top 10 songs. And then play those 10 songs to the person, no matter what stage they may be in their cognitive point. And more likely than not, that song or songs will trigger off and you ask specific memories. Oh, who were you with at that time? Was that your song? You know, were you cruising along the main drag in your 55 Chevy?
Yes.
You know, and so forth. And it
love that.
really has some impact. You don't have old records there yet, do you?
I actually do.
Do you?
Lots of records.
Let me make a point of
Right.
going. You know, that actually, I may have to talk to Brian and Scotty on this one. Might be interesting for a program. I know this is a talk radio, but a time that you pick the best of the best in your record collection,
Ooh,
and
I
we
like
put it
this
on the air.
idea.
That would be interesting. A day in the
would.
past. And now let's switch over to Josh and Ray. And two of you, where are you from, and what led you to beautiful downtown Murfreesboro?
Yeah, so I'm also from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Everybody's leaving New York. Wow, I wonder why.
So I actually moved back. My family's from Alabama, and my
Okay.
aunt was living in
You ran out of
Murfreesboro.
gas on the way to
Yeah, I
Alabama?
ran out of gas. But my aunt told me about the city of Murfreesboro. You know, I was looking for a job. She says plenty of jobs down here. It's a growing city. Just came down, loved it here. Never moved back, but I love it. I love it. Was able to start a business and things like that. So that's how I got down here for work purposes. Ended up being what y'all call people from Murfreesboro? Specific words.
Bury?
Right?
I would probably say Burrowites.
Burrowites.
You like
There we go.
Burrowites? You
I'm a
know?
proud Burrowites.
I don't know if that's
Right, yeah.
appropriate, but
Huh?
Burrowites sound a little like
We might have
mites.
started something.
Yeah, we might start something there.
And we have Ray also.
Oh,
Josh.
Josh.
Josh. Ray,
My middle name is Ray.
His middle name Ray. Yo.
Ray, a ray of sunshine.
I know, right?
So Josh, where are you from originally?
Well, I'm a military dependent. So
good.
my mother, she's from the Philippines.
Good.
My dad, he was stationed. He was the Air Force. native. So I was originally raised in Savannah, Georgia.
Wow, right on the river.
I know, right? I really love the coast. I really love that type of sea life, you know. But I ended up, I think it was 98 or something, in Manchester. I stayed there and went to school.
Really?
Yes, I was.
You ran out of gas there too?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I ran out of gas and ran out of fuel on the boat. You know.
Gotcha.
Not just kidding. But yeah, I came from Savannah to Tennessee, and from then, let's fast forward a little bit. I went to Murfreesboro. I'm an MTSU alumni as well.
Good. What major?
Mass communications. I was also an understudy of Billy Pittard as well.
Understand? Yep.
Yes. So yeah, I got to learn a lot of new things in film and everything else like that.
Tell us about what solutions do you provide?
Yeah, so we help businesses to get virtual mailboxes so they can have a business address instead of using their home address, and we also provide co-working space too, and then we also give them they get to rent the venue each quarter for free every quarter for each person who has a subscription, and then we provide professional headshots, videography, anything that you need for your business. We have a solution for it.
So you're basically working in the technical side of assistance to the small business person or the
Yes, sir.
professional who is starting out or the starting
Yes, sir.
business?
Yes.
Wow. What would you say, put you on the spot on this one, what would you say are the two most popular and requested services that you're offering?
It's the subscription and the co-working space.
Okay, subscription offers you the ability to use the facility.
Yes, to use it, and then also to have a place as an address for brick and mortar.
Wow, so somebody says, where are you located? And well, we're on this, what's your address on the square?
121 South Church Street.
Just across the street.
Yes, sir.
And now that you have met each other, you can wave at each other. Hello, neighbor. Hello, neighbor. Sarah, do you want to add in at this point about these two wonderful businesses that form the, quote, the outstanding, huge variety of quality local people who are providing service and product to the residents of Rutherford County?
Right. Well, you think about the historic downtown, and it's like its own micro ecosystem of entrepreneurs, and there are probably 500 businesses within a 30-block radius. you kind of think of just the public square, which is what they represent here. But, the downtown is a lot larger than that. But it's cool to get a microscope and actually look at two buildings on the square. And a lot of times we think, oh, it's just people from Murfreesboro. It's, older generations. But these are young generations, entrepreneurs who have started a brand new business, who are renting a space in our public square, who chose to come to a historic area, and they got the opportunity to do that. And I just think that's beautiful. And they're just such bright people. And all of them have reached out to Main Street and introduced themselves. And so that's what we're all about, is just trying to promote these new small businesses and let the public know about them. So when you are an entrepreneur and working from home and you're like, what are my options? Here's a solution right here. You've got a mailbox, you've got a space. For shopping, we love retail downtown, and here is a new idea for retail that we didn't have, and so she's filled a void. So these are just really great examples of fulfilling the American dream, right? And being young doing it.
And there's something else. I've just had the personal pleasure of meeting our three guests this morning, but I make quick judgments when I meet people. Usually it works, but sometimes it doesn't. But my immediate judgment is all three are so caring and have such a positive, enthusiastic, motivating personality. So when you walk in, I'm going to assume you walk in and you're going to get a big smile. You're going to get a big smile as you walk in. You're not going to walk into a, quote, a major chain and somebody may be on the cell phone and just continue their conversation and forget that the customer is there. I just see the personal touch. It would appear that the personal touch is a symbol of downtown Murfreesboro.
For sure. You get to know the business owners. When you walk around and you go into a business, you're more than likely going to see the owner of the business working, not all the time, but especially for these types of businesses, you're going to know who the owner is and get to know them personally. And this is their livelihood. This is their passion. So, of course, they're excited. They're living their dream out.
This is the new spirit of Murfreesboro. We talk about growth. It's certainly been a growth city. Rutherford County certainly has been a growth county in terms of numbers. But as we grow in numbers, and this is so key, we, so far, and I hope it stays this way for a long period of time, we haven't lost that special local touch. And we may be a small town with many people in it, but we still are a small town. And that's the beauty of Murfreesboro and Smyrna and Laverne, our communities of Rutherford County. And that's what makes us so special. It was for so many years when people lived in Rutherford County, they did all their shopping and their servicing in Nashville. And they had to commute to Nashville. And this was basically just a place of immediate convenience like quick food, gas, and so forth. But now it's become not only a community where it serves all needs, all wants, all expectations of its citizens, but is rapidly becoming a draw community that's bringing people from outside Rutherford County to make this their base of retail and base of shopping. And that's encouraging. That's encouraging. Going back to solutions, how do people get a hold of you? Is it just walk in? Do you have a telephone number?
Yes, we have a phone number as well, and they could also do a walk-in too.
All right, telephone number is?
It's 629-207-2754.
629-207-2754. 207.
Yep, and 2754.
And your days and hours of operation?
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Well, you could write a song with that title. And maybe Dolly will do it for you.
Right.
We'll be right back visiting our guests from downtown Murfreesboro and our wonderful, effective executive director of the Downtown Murfreesboro Association after these words from our sponsors.
Of care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
Autumn at the Alley is coming to Oakland's Mansion Tuesday, September 24th from 6 to 9 p.m. Sip on fine bourbon, wine, and spirits, enjoy premium cigars, and feast on incredible food from the Alley on Main, all while enjoying live music under the stars. Proceeds benefit First Shots Academic All-Stars and Send the Kid to Camp programs. Find out more on their Facebook page and through Eventbrite. Autumn at the Alley, September 24th.
What happens when the thrill of Powerball meets the thrill of NASCAR? You get a chance to win an exciting trip for two to the NASCAR Championship race in Phoenix, Arizona. Plus, the chance to win $1 million in a special drawing. Enter the NASCAR Powerball Playoff Second Chance Drawing at TNVIPRewards.com between May 10th and June 30th for your chance to win. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly. NASCAR issues with express permission. NASCAR LLC is not a sponsor of this promotion.
Good Neighbor Events is brought to you by the law offices of John Day, AmeriCare Pest Control, and Old National Bank.
In today's changing world, you need a financial planner that you're comfortable with. Rely on the bonds that you've built with trusted friends at Old National Bank on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard here in the borough. And if you just moved here, visit us and enjoy warm, homemade cookies.
Honey, the cookies are ready.
Like Grandma used to make. Old National Bank. We're better together.
2230 Dr. MLK Jr. Boulevard. Old National Bank. Member FDIC.
For 78 years, WGNS has been your source of local news and sports. The Red Cross is critically low on blood. Phone the Red Cross at 800-RED-CROSS and make an appointment to give blood at a time that fits your schedule. Hey, would you like to learn more about local history? Maybe you just moved to town and want to know about your community. Well, head on over to the one-room Ransom Schoolhouse this Saturday from 9 in the morning until noon. Members of the Rutherford County Historical Society will be there to talk about local history. Ransom School is at 717 North Academy Street. And some great live theater to enjoy this weekend. Sweeney Todd is over at the Art Center of Cannon County in neighboring Woodbury. That's Sweeney Todd. Here in Murfreesboro, it's The Odd Couple at the Center for the Arts in Uptown Murfreesboro. Now, this is the female version of The Odd Couple, a unique twist. Again, The Odd Couple at the Center for the Arts in Uptown Murfreesboro, and Sweeney Todd at the Art Center of Cannon County. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Rutherford weather.
We'll see sunny skies here this afternoon with a high in the low 90s. Tonight, mostly clear, low near 69. Friday, sunshine, high 91 degrees. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on News Radio WGNS. Currently, it's 74.
Middle Tennessee Electric's virtual annual meeting is Saturday, August 16th at 2 p.m. Register to be entered for prizes, submit questions, and vote for officers starting August 9th at MTE or by phone. More information at mte.com/annual meeting.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
This is Bill Krause back again on the WGNS Roundtable Thursday morning edition. And this morning we are having a delightful group of folks in with us at the station. Always our dear friend Sarah Callender, who is the executive director of the Downtown Murfreesboro organization. And it's so interesting to hear that Downtown Murfreesboro reflects over 500 businesses in a 30-block area.
That's right.
You usually think downtown just around the courthouse, and once you get off the square, it's back into regular Murfreesboro, but 30 blocks worth. That's amazing.
There's a lot of streets downtown.
And a lot of buildings and a lot of wonderful people. And this morning we have 3 of those wonderful people. And as I mentioned before the break, they represent Murfreesboro of the future. They represent Murfreesboro, reflective, especially like Brittany, through its history, its past, but certainly its future and its possibilities. And that includes Brittany Worden, who is Lil Brett Vintage. I love that name, Little Brit Vintage.
Thank you.
And how'd you get the name?
So it's my sister-in-law helped me. She's a songwriter, so she's very good at
Has she
playing
written
with
a
words.
song about Little Brit?
You know what? She hasn't, and I think she needs to.
That needs to
I think I
be.
need one.
Little Brit
Maybe
is
after
a
this.
great
She's
big.
probably listening. So.
Well, I'll give you the.
Sarah.
I'll give you the first lyric. Little Brit is a great hit.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
There you go.
Some flow.
I'm gonna
I'm a
use
poet and I know it. All right. So that is Brit Vintage.
Yes.
Little Brit Vintage.
Yep.
And from the Borough Office Solution is Josh Levitt and Ray Hardy. So I keep wanting to call Josh's last name Laurel. Am I dating myself with Laurel and Hardy? Laurel and Hardy, perhaps two of the funniest comedians nearly 100 years ago in silent movies and lively movies. But Laurel and Hardy were the big ones. So look, it's fun to be old at times, but other times when the bones become ache, it's the memories that count. So let's go back down to solutions.
Okay.
Do you always have a solution, or have you ever been challenged that we don't have the right solution?
That's a good question. So far, we've been able to provide a solution or innovate something. So we every solution so far for a business, we was able to accomplish it. Even if businesses need funding as well, we could take care of that for them as well.
If possible, walk me through, and I know there's not a total commonality of who your client base is, but you did mention it's basically a person, entrepreneur, a new business person. Give me a profile. They've just begun a business. Their spouse tells them you're loading the house with too many papers and computers and tables and files and junk and pile, and they decide they need a partner. I guess I would call Solutions a business partner. And so they decide, what are you going to tell them what the many advantages, both direct and indirect, are of creating a partnership with the Solutions?
Well, the first thing I'm gonna tell them the problem that their wife have with all their stuff is just sitting around the house. So having their own little office space where they could bring their stuff to, their paperwork and things like that, and file it, is a great idea. So that way you could keep your wife.
Yeah, right. And they say there's another song lyric: keep your wife and make your life.
Exactly. There we go. There we go. But the other advantages to it, I had to learn as well. You never want to set up with your home address. You know, if you have a problem in your business, somebody come to sue you, you might not have a home no more. So you will always want a brick and mortar. You will want to have a business address to protect yourself and your assets and protect your family.
And there's something even else. It provides a sense of legitimacy.
Yes, sir.
You're
That too
not
as
just operating out of a email or a post office box.
Yes.
You look like a real business.
Exactly.
Right.
So there is an air of legitimacy that you're giving to the potential client and customer.
Yes, sir.
And so they walk in for the first time. You sit them down, and they want to know, so what solutions are you going to offer us today?
Yeah. So
Besides the ability of the address and the access to a brick and mortar.
So what me and Josh also do, he's a media consultant. I do social media management.
Okay.
So they have access to have discounts to all of our services. So whether it's professional headshots, whether it's a brand shoot for their business, whether they need some content for their business, maybe they want to do a podcast setup for their business. And we can handle all that. Green screen, commercials, we could do anything for their business, and they have discounts to all of our services.
Do I dare ask the question?
Uh-oh, go ahead.
AI?
Yep, we use AI too.
Of course. Well, we
I get very concerned once I mention AI. That can open up a whole
like a Pandora's box.
Pandora's box, absolutely.
This is a different generation.
Yeah, I know it is. I know it is. Absolutely.
Well, no. Yes.
AI to me is, as a teacher, I have to make sure it's not a basic fundamental of the papers that students turn in.
Exactly.
And the way I get around it is the first day of class, students have to write, actually, not keyboard, write a 2-page paper of what they expect from the class. And they have to write in class. And I hold on those papers, and if I see another paper come in, I say, wow, your writing style has certainly changed. The words you use have certainly changed.
Really smart.
Oh, absolutely. So they can't necessarily access AI as they're writing this in-class assignment. In terms of the technical sides and the social media sides, that is a world that has exploded in recent years. Even to a small business located in Rutherford County. What would you tell a small business? Percentage of advertising, percentage of media outreach, percentage of ability to reach a client of today, a customer of today, who is not reading a newspaper, or is not quoting, looking in the yellow pages. Do we still have yellow pages?
I don't think so.
What we do, what? Oh, just look at the yellow pages for a plumber, and so forth. So, it's totally a huge shift in the entire world of retail and the entire world of professional service. So what are some of the elements of what you do in media presentation, in the social media access?
Yeah, so as far as percentage, I would say 50. And as far as like for business, you need to be at least on it 80% of the time. That's how our business picked up, is because of social media. And we just signed a client, so helped us. We hit 6 figures in our business because of social media. So you need to be on there about 80%, especially as a business owner. You need to get on social media. That's where you will pick up most of your clients.
That is amazing, amazing. Getting back to the quote vintage, is there a particular year that's defined? It used to be, like, for example, cars. If a car was over 30 years, it was considered vintage.
Yes.
Is 30 year a benchmark, or are there other years, or does it depend upon the product that you're vintaging? Is that a word, vintaging?
Vintaging, yeah, it could be.
There's another lyric for your sister-in-law to write.
Yes, exactly.
Vintaging.
Yes, vintagey. It depends. Some people say 20 years, some people say 25, some say 30. So I tend to go with the 25-year rule. You have your true vintage. You have more of the early 2000s. 2000s is now considered vintage to some people because we're in 2025. But I would definitely say 30 years feels right for vintage.
Of course, it would depend who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Vintage to me is the 1950s and early 1960s, in all fairness, or the late 1940s. Now, do you ever define a person as a vintage?
Oh, wow.
I'd like to be known as vintage.
Yeah,
that sounds better than old.
Yes, I do have a lot of people come in and say, well, then I'm vintage if it's 25 years. So,
that's just a youngster at 25 years ago.
Yeah,
then I'm vintage.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, I get that a lot. So, it's a little tricky.
I know, right?
Do you use the slogan or use the comment that an item from history is like good wine? It matures in a fine way of blend, and 100%. As it gets older. Talk about, and Sarah just reminded me of it a few minutes ago, talk about you providing clothing to MTSU for a production?
Yes. They host an annual fashion show every year, and this year was about sustainability. So, trying to use clothes that are already there or reworking garments that have already been around. So that kind of went with the realm with me. We're trying to reuse and do sustainability with all the clothes that we have, so it just seemed right. And so I let them use my back space to get dressed and put together outfits, and I let them use all the clothes, and they put on a wonderful fashion show right in the middle of the square. So
wow,
it was fun.
Can you recall perhaps what's some of the oldest clothes you currently have?
Ooh, yes. I go to a lot of estate sales, so most of my stuff is from there, or Goodwills and yard sales, things like that. I would say right now is that 1930s. I have a beautiful blue dress that was handmade by a woman who lived in Murfreesboro, and she was a home ec teacher, and she taught people how to sew and how to cook and all those good things. Her house was beautiful, so I think that's my most dated right now.
It would appear that if there are car buffs in the audience who are driving as a relic 1920s or 1930 vehicles, they ought to buy clothes of the era to be prepared for parades and exhibitions and so forth. Wow. It's a place just to visit, people don't realize that you can browse a retail operation even if you may not have in mind the immediate need to purchase. And it would appear that yours would be a huge destination to visit. Address again?
Yes, 105 North Maple. It's going to be Unit A.
And what are you next to?
We're next to Red Nimbus, the tattoo shop, and then one of 19 also. We're kind of in the realm of there on that side of the street.
Great. And did I ask you no, I didn't ask you your days and hours of operation.
Yeah, so we're Tuesday through Friday, 12 to 6, and then on Saturdays we're 10 to 6.
Perfect. You close Monday.
Yes, closed Sunday and Monday. Yes, so we can go find more goodies for everybody.
Where do you go for goodies, or is that as broad, as wide as the opportunity?
Yeah, pretty much. We've gone back to New York to source some items.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yep, we've gone to the Carolinas. We've done Florida. A little bit of everywhere.
Do you access online estate sales or?
Yeah, so I find them on estatesales.net and then kind of go from there. Wake up really early, wait online with all the 40 other people and hope to find some treasure. So
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
We will be right back with our guests, and I'm going to be calling on Sarah to give us an update of all of the activities and events that are coming to downtown Murfreesboro beginning tomorrow night with the concert. We'll be right back.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered.
Alley is coming to Oakland's Mansion to
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
Get ready for an unforgettable night and support First Shot. Autumn at the Alley is coming to Oakland's Mansion Tuesday, September 24th from 6 to 9 p.m. Sip on fine bourbon, wine, and spirits, enjoy premium cigars, and feast on incredible food from the Alley on Main, all while enjoying live music under the stars. Proceeds benefit First Shot's Academic All-Stars and Send the Kid to Camp programs. Find out more on their Facebook page and through Eventbrite, Autumn at the Alley, September 24th.
Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid, factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net.
That brisket came from your cow, right?
Yep, raised her, named her, thanked her, and now she's dinner.
Rutherford County Farmers Market. There's something fresh every week. Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 to 1 at Lane Agro Park in Murfreesboro on John R. Rice Boulevard.
If you are 50 or older, it is recommended that you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're an adult 19 to 49 with certain underlying medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, chronic heart disease, or COPD, vaccination is also recommended. Talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. Furnished by the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
Raider Tees isn't just about t-shirts. We've got jackets, scarves, polos, hats, even jewelry and home decor. Everything to show off your Middle Tennessee Blue Raider pride. Whether you're headed to the game or just want to represent the Blue Raiders every day, we've got you covered. Literally. Come check out our exclusive designs and unbeatable selection at 111 East MTCS Road, right across from MTCS. Raider Tees, bigger, better, and go blue.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
This is Bill Krause, final segment of Thursday morning edition of WGNS Radio Roundtable. And most hopefully you're enjoying as much as I am the insights and shared by 2 businesses in our downtown Murfreesboro organization. Let me once again reintroduce Brittany Worden, owns and operates Lil Brit Vintage, and from the Borough Office Solutions, Josh Levitt and Ray Hardy. Sarah raised a good comment during the off the break. Let's hear from the 3 of you. Excuse me, the 3 of you. How you started? What was the dream? What was the idea? How did you pick Murfreesboro? How did you know your business plan, your mission, your objective? Brittany, let's start with you.
Yeah.
Did you just happen to be driving through, ran out of gas, and they said, I am going to roll into downtown?
This is it, yeah.
So was this a dream? Was this an earlier plan? Was this an earlier experience?
Yeah, so I've been doing like pop-up markets all through like Nashville for the past like 3 or 4 years. And actually my first pop-up was right in front of the store that I own now. I just had one rack and a dream and was like, this will be, hopefully I'll have a store of my own someday. So, which, you know, fast forward 3 years later, I end up in the building that I was in front of. So that's really cool. But yeah, I've always loved vintage all throughout high school. I really loved the 60s and the 70s, and it just kind of went from there. And then me and my husband decided to move here. We had family here, and the vintage here was amazing, and I really found a community that also did the same thing and finally got the space. It was called Drip Purple Vintage. Right before me, he was there for 5 years, and he was just on his way out, and he reached out and said, anybody want the building before it goes back onto the market? So, which was really nice. I kind of got to steal it off before anybody else got to it, which it's a lovely building. It's beautiful. So I definitely knew I needed to have it for sure.
You mentioned the 60s and 70s. That had some wild fashions.
It did. It's my favorite.
Weird fashions. There was traditionalist and then there was contemporary. Do you have a combination of both? Although I can't even recall what a traditional fashion would be from the 60s and 70s. There was all the English beat sound. There was all the, quote, Haight-Ashbury, if you want to take San Francisco. It was a lot of the culture of the mid-60s played a role into the 70s.
Yeah, lots of the music. Mostly my mother, you know, all of her clothes that she had, you know, she was definitely more like boho, hippie, like, I just thought it was really fun. It's very expressive and all the colors and all the things like that. So definitely my favorite era.
Do people still have parties that are traditional parties that you dress up? Costume, not necessarily just Halloween, but dealing with a certain era. It is interesting because, for example, you know, I have, without giving the name, I know of restaurants, for example, that will celebrate their 50th anniversary and go back a particular day and have all the food at the price that was on the menu 50 years ago. It's usually by invitation because the line, well, that happened to a donut shop in downtown, or in actually Green Hills here recently. They had their 50th anniversary and were selling donuts at the price 50 years ago. I can recall that the line to the donut facility was at least 3 to 4 blocks long. I mean, I don't know if I would stay in line 3 to 4 blocks long to get a donut for 5 cents. I mean,
that's a pretty good donut.
I might
Donut Country, a local favorite.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What, 5 cents to stand in line for 3 hours?
People do it.
I'll do it myself. 5 cents for a donut.
Josh, how did you get into this? And I know you were MTSU. How did you get into this? Has this been a dream also?
Yes. So my mother always taught me that presentation is key.
Absolutely.
Right. It's just not about how you show up, but it's what people think about you.
Immediate.
Right? Exactly.
First reaction, first response.
Exactly. So I went through my life just looking through things to fix. I was like a true man. Everybody's fixing things, you know. I try to be a solution to your problem. She just taught me the importance of my value. And then from that point on, I was like, well, how can I make this person better if they have certain issues? You know, I want to be the MacGyver of that person.
Oh.
You know,
you're dating your name.
Okay, that's okay. But remember, I'm vintage.
All right.
I'm vintage.
But there was Laurel and Hardy in the 1930s and 40s.
But yeah, so doing that, I just got interested in photo work but graphics. You know, when you clean up photos and stuff like that. And I looked at myself and I love presentation so much, and I value that to where it is very important. It's what people think of you. Like, once again, like you, everything you just exude great energy when I see you. It's just, I don't know, your presentation is very humbling. It's very, like, to me, I don't have to feel like I'm in a shell with you.
Okay,
it's very inviting.
Very comfortable.
It's very comfortable. Like, I don't know if it's
you made my day.
It's the aura, man. It's the aura. But yeah, so like I said, I've been doing this for almost 20 years.
Wow,
that's a long time, right?
If you look back when you started, how the whole industry and field has dramatically changed.
Yeah.
You know, if you were giving a vintage source of 2005, and specifically say what was the industry and world like, and what is it like now, and if you were trying to predict the next 20 years. It'd be difficult to predict what your field would be like, what they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it's amazing. Won't be live people on radio. It'll all be, this is a robot. The robot is talking.
Well, you know, we were already previewing that with the Terminator.
I understand. All right. Ray, your story of how you got into this.
Yeah, so it's a unique story. I wasn't planning to get into this. I wasn't planning to move it to this wonderful city of Murfreesboro. So this was nothing but a God thing. I realized my wife had a gift as far as making videos, editing, and she do graphic designs for her friend. So we was working with a solar company, and they liked the videos, so they asked us to manage their page. So I looked up what can you do to manage page, and social media management pop up. So she came home. I said, we social media managers. She was like, what's that? I said, I don't know. You just manage people's page. So 4 days later, we got our first client, and it just been going from there. Yep. And then I also manage an event space. This is how I met Josh, and we got together. He invited me on his podcast, and then we realized, our energy match, and he was like, hey, you want to be the co-host of the podcast? And then I told him what we was doing, and then he had a whole studio in his house. And I said, hey, people be hitting me up for photo shoots. He said, you're more than welcome to come here. And then that's how we got together. And then we met through one of our clients. I met Baron Russell, which is the main owner of Borough Office Solution. And he told me what he was doing. And I said, hey, what you do and what we do, it comes together. And that's how we partner with him. And that's how we came about.
You just raised the question. Do you have a podcast facility at your building?
Yeah, yes, we can do
So people
podcasts.
can do their podcasting rather than in a home taking up space. They
Yes, sir. There you go. Another solution. Yep.
The wife will like that. Or I have to be equal. The husband might like that.
No, right.
It might be a wife podcast. All right. In our remaining few moments, so much on the agenda, Sarah, with downtown Murfreesboro. And for those who don't realize, you can come on a Saturday to farmers market. You can come tomorrow night on a concert. You just a lot of people take it for granted. It just happens. But it doesn't just happen. It's a lot of work, a lot of people, a lot of energy, a lot of effort, risk-taking to make it great. So tell us about what's forthcoming.
Yeah, so just a reminder that tomorrow is our August concert with Rubik's Groove. So wear your vintage 80s clothes because they will be. Pee Wee Herman will be there, Cyndi Lauper, all of my favorite people. And then the next big date is September the 12th. It's a downtown shopping event. So like Little Brit will be open. It's a downtown after 5. It's a Friday evening, September 12th, and the businesses have light bites and treats, and we have music, just buskers around on the sidewalk. It's just a fun time. I think the Art Crawl usually partners up, and they have artists out on the sidewalk. And then our last concert is Homecoming Weekend with MTSU.
Wow.
So September 19th, Backstage Brass is coming. They have a huge band, like 20-member orchestra band that plays lots of dancing music. The MTSU football cheerleaders, they'll all be out, so wear your true blue. And the whole downtown will be decorated in blue that week. We're going to be painting windows, so just to show our team spirit for MTSU. So those are big things. And hey, if you're interested in making a scarecrow, we're doing that again. So if you are a club, a business, if you're an individual and you want to make a scarecrow, we partner you with a property on the square and put your scarecrow in front of it during the month of October, and the community comes and walk around and they vote, and we have prizes, and we had like 30 scarecrows last year. It's so fun. So it kind of makes you feel like this is a small town when you do little things like that.
Can you recall if any one particular scarecrow looked like somebody else in the community?
Oh yes, we had.
Tell me about that.
Pat, the postman. Y'all know Pat.
Yeah.
He had his own scarecrow. Yes.
Was it reflective of him?
It looked just like him.
And
It
he
had
had
a
it?
dog biting his behind.
That's creative.
We had a lawyer, Chuck Ward. He had his own scarecrow. We had Harry Potter last year. I
did you
think that
really?
one, he was swinging from an awning. I mean, people, of course, we always have Barbie. I mean, it's just, they're so creative. Oh my goodness, I love them.
And how do they participate?
We have a sign-up sheet on our website, and if you follow us on social media, and as well as these businesses, if I think they're all your names, right? If you just follow Main Street Murfreesboro is our organization, and we always have all the events, and we promote the businesses that are downtown on Instagram and Facebook, and the same with Little Brit and Borough Office Solutions.
Does your website show technically a map of what you define as downtown?
Yes, and we have a printed map, and we're also on Google Maps, so you can go to our map, and it will take you as you're walking and show you the different business members that are a part of the Main Street program.
You have a walking tour set there?
That we're part of the Heritage Center, and they do have a walking tour. They'll even take you on the tour if you have a group. They're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 3, and it's part of MTSU. So they have students. You can schedule a walking tour, but they also have an app that you can download, and you can walk around and learn the history. And they even go down Main Street and talk about the historic buildings that are part of the National Historic District.
And I'm assuming you have a very close linkage and liaison with the county of Rutherford, with the courthouse being the center of history.
Yes, we're very thankful for them letting us use the space for the farmers market and for our concerts. And we have a close relationship with both the city and the county, the police department, the city trash. I mean, all of those things you don't think about behind the scenes to have big events.
If you didn't have them, you would feel it.
I could not have these events. They're very supportive of us.
That is phenomenal. And Farmers Market goes how much
Through
longer?
October. So if you've not been yet, come. It's beautiful weather, 8 to 12. We've a couple thousand people come out.
Are you serious?
We've got 75 vendors around the courthouse. There's always a new vendor every Saturday. There's a nonprofit spotlight. We've got musicians that play. It's just a fun place to bring your children. You can bring dogs. It's just really
Can I put you on the spot? Do you have a favorite food or item you buy?
I used to always get sourdough bread, and now I'm getting close to 50, and the bread doesn't wear off like it used to. So, no, I love sourdough bread. So many vegetables. I try to stock up on all that.
So what do you put on the sourdough bread?
Oh my goodness, you could put pesto and mozzarella and make a sandwich or honey. Oh, let's stop. You always talk about food.
Well, you always bring folks who are in the food business, and I need a scope of items. Just put some good artichoke dip on it. No?
I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, you like artichoke?
Wow.
Well, being from New York, we love artichoke.
Well, that'll be your sourdough special.
Yes.
It has been fun, also informational, but most importantly, highly motivational for the people of Rutherford County, not only Murfreesboro, but throughout the county and the neighboring counties. I don't want to shut off at the county line, to have another phenomenal example of what makes downtown Murfreesboro the community it is, the attraction it is, the go-to place it is. And I want to again thank Brittany Warden. It almost sounds like head of a prison.
Yeah, like a prison warden,
No. Let's not have the sister-in-law write a song about.
Right. No,
I'm really not in prison. I'm in vintage.
I'm really not in prison. I'm in vintage. That's a good song.
Listen up, Sarah.
And who Brittany operates with your husband.
Yes.
I got
my
it.
husband,
What's his name?
James Warden.
James Warden. No, that sounds like an
So
author's
if you don't
name.
see me behind the counter, you will definitely see James.
And your little Brit Vintage.
Yes.
One more time on the address.
Yes, 105 North Maple, Unit A.
Great. A for excellence.
Oh, yeah.
And also thank you for Josh Levitt and Ray Hardy from Borough Office Solutions.
Subscribe to Big G TV. Local content that matters to Rutherford County.
The area here, it is so special. It's not only the exact geographic center of Tennessee, I like to call it as the life center of Tennessee. And a lot of life, a lot of living, and a lot of love. Thank you so much all for coming. Sarah, it's always a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
Sarah Callender, Executive Director of Downtown Murfreesboro. And we look forward to having you back in October with a new litany and list of people and places and things to do. And you might be talking more about food. No, I'm not saying.
No.
You must have the mandatory requirement of bringing at least one food promoter here.
Yes, with
We'll all see you next week. Thank you for coming.
WGNS.